cheers to spending 20 bucks and getting all of this. What is up, everyone? I am in Ubud today. I'm staying at the Secret Garden guest house, but it's more like a resort. This place is like off the hook. You literally pay $20 a night. You get this incredible breakfast. I had pancakes, fresh fruit, tea. I had it all this morning. And then my room is gorgeous. Finally got to have a hot shower. This place is just amazing. I wish I was in Ubud the whole time. Island life, not the life for me. Ubud is where it's at. I am headed off to a place called Ubud, which is a co-working space, and it is only like a 2-minute walk away. I haven't been to any co-working spaces. This is the perfect place to meet people. When you're a digital nomad and you want to meet awesome people that are not getting like totally wasted every single night and really want to focus on their work and their business, go to co-working spaces. Incredibly fast internet, awesome people. I'm so jacked to go check this out. This is supposed to be one of the best co-working spaces in like all of Southeast Asia. Guess what I got today? This sunscreen. It's a 2-in-1. So the thing about sunscreen, see this right here? So see that? That is an overcast, cloudy day. It's not a nice day out. It's very similar to Vancouver. It was actually a lot worse yesterday. It's very dark sky. It looks like it's gonna rain. It's overcast, but you burn the shit out of yourself. It's crazy. And I can't stand putting on sunscreen because it makes you feel all sticky and gross, especially after like not showering for a few days. It's like makes you 10 times worse. So now I have this moisturizer stuff, which is like sunscreen and moisturizer all in one. So it's a much better alternative. I'm gonna head off to Ubud right now. I'll see you there. Found it. Let's go check it out. Right now, my favorite thing of all time about Ubud, they have sidewalks. They do sometimes have giant gaping holes in them though. This place is pretty cool. I'm currently sitting on a little mat thing and I have my own little table. I got a rose. Classy. I like it. My favorite thing about ordering food in Indonesia is the fact that they actually repeat your order back to you, so you know you're getting exactly what you placed. So every single place that I've been to, I've got exactly what I've ordered. Everything came out perfectly on time. It's like very, very efficient here. I love it. Refreshing. They also gave me complimentary hummus and like chips and dip. Pretty cool. So today I ordered chicken fillet, salad, and then a potato salad. I love my potato salad. So good. They convinced me to get a milkshake. I couldn't say no. Vanilla. Delicious. Well, that was a really nice little place. Definitely check out Who's Who in Ubud if you're looking for some great food with a really awesome atmosphere. So this place is amazing. They have everything you possibly need to get as much work done as possible. Amazing internet, coffee, fans, awesome people. You couldn't ask for a better place to work. And this is currently my view. I went from working at a desk to working in front of rice fields in Bali. Like, this is crazy. This is wild to think that. It's like, this is such a better atmosphere to get shit done. And you get your work done in the morning, and then you go off and you do fun things. Like, that's living. That's what life is supposed to be. So I want to tell you a story of how I figured out that I could actually leave Canada and then come to a foreign country and still make just as much money, if not more, living in places like Bali than living in Vancouver. So I used to think that my business depended solely on me, and that if I was not in Vancouver or in Canada 24/7, that everything would fall apart. But it turns out I was totally wrong, and I didn't actually realize this until I took a vacation to Cape Town, South Africa in September of 2016. Cape Town was my first time in a totally foreign country I thought I would never ever visit, and it was the longest amount of time I've ever been away from my business and my home in Vancouver. I hadn't taken a vacation in over a year. I banked all my holidays to take a 1-month vacation to Cape Town, South Africa, so that I can just escape the 9-to-5. But this was really hard for me to do because I hadn't spent that amount of time away from my business like ever. And to be able to leave to a foreign country I'd never been before and work remotely was really, really scary for me. So I basically had two choices. I can figure out how to run my business abroad, or I can just sit in my room and be super depressed that I'm not going and seeing the world and enjoying myself because I'm tied to my business in Vancouver. So I had about a month to figure shit out and get my business prepared so that I can go and work remotely and have everything run smoothly but still enjoy my vacation. Now, it's insane how much you can actually get done when you set a deadline and you have a goal to meet something that you really, really, really want. So I wanted a vacation more than anything, and I was gonna do anything to figure out how can I run my business abroad and still have an amazing time in Africa. So I'll give you a little bit of a backstory on the business that I currently run in Canada. So I've been running a vacation rental and also a student rental for the past like 4 or 5 years, and it's just insane how much this property has grown. It's one of the only properties in British Columbia that can accommodate like 20+ people. So I already book at least a year to a year and a half for any dates in the summer. This property is a unicorn, and it's just incredible how many people want to stay at this place. Now, I'd managed to grow this business exponentially over the past few years while still working 9-to-5. So the very last thing I wanted was to leave away for a month and have things fall apart, because this was like my baby and I didn't want anything happening to it. I didn't want to miss out on any bookings, and I didn't want to have any unhappy guests. So I had to think, how can I run this business remotely? How can I have everything automated so that people think I'm in Canada and people think that everything is the exact same, but I'm actually on a total different time zone and I'm on a total different country around the world, and everything is still running perfectly fine as it did in Vancouver. Check out the link in my description. There's a Medium post that I made that contains a list of all the stuff that I did to automate my business while I was away. After I'd completed everything on that list, I couldn't believe it. I'd actually accomplished more on my business in literally like 2 to 3 weeks coming up to my vacation than I had in the past like 3 to 4 years running it. So the properties not only survived while I was away, they actually flourished. I was able to respond to inquiries within literally like 1 to 2 hours instead of like 2 to 3 days like I would sometimes in Vancouver. It was just crazy to be able to sip a glass of wine and overlook like the entire coastline of South Africa while getting work done. I'd never done anything like that before, and I was accomplishing so much more and making so much more money than I did before, but I was working in paradise. Like, why didn't I do this years ago? So I guess my conclusion is the biggest problem wasn't my business, it was actually me. I was the bottleneck that thought everything would crumble if I had left the country for just 1 month. But it turns out everything was perfectly fine and actually ran better when I was abroad than when I was in Vancouver. It turns out that your phone and your computer don't actually care where you are, and you can make just as much money, if not more, living anywhere in the world as long as you have stable internet as you do living like in any of the Western countries like Canada or United States or Europe. The second you begin to use your brain and actually think of how to solve your problems is when the magic happens. If you really want to work anywhere in the world more than anything else, you'll figure out a way to do it. It's getting late. I'm gonna get some work done. I love each and every single one of you guys. Stay focused, my friends.